Hello and welcome to TRT World, live from Istanbul. I'm Tatiana Anderson. Also ahead on the program.
No Africa policy outlined by the Trump administration. When he took office, he said America first. So observers really didn't objectively expect for him to put Africa first. But one of the main purposes of President Trump's trip is to get a look at prototypes for his controversial new border wall. Barriers just like this one that are already in place along the U.S.-Mexico border. Bruce, the last presidential debate is over. Trump went into this behind in the polls. How do you think his performance will impact his numbers moving forward?
Behind in polls? Whose polls?
Well, national polls, an aggregate of national polls.
Well, it depends on which poll you're looking for.
To Wimbledon now, where one of the world's greatest players of all time, I'm talking about Roger Federer. He said that the United States has been getting a raw deal when it comes to trade. You just heard him just a few minutes ago saying that the world will no longer use the United States as its piggy bank. Well, black people here at the convention are clearly enthusiastic about their candidate and their party. A national poll shows they're the minority. We heard from the mothers of black Americans who were killed by gun violence or by police this week at the Democratic National Convention. How important is it to highlight these issues when it comes to the modern day civil rights struggle? And is there any significance to the fact that President Trump really took his decision about the YPG just in the days before Erdogan came to visit him in Washington? Does that mean anything? You are, of course, outside Parliament. That's where politicians are expected to speak throughout the day. July 15th has now been declared a public holiday. What are we expecting to hear from these politicians? Hillary Clinton reaching out to the city's mayor and Donald Trump reaching out to the state's governor. This is the message that people have here on the streets. They're very intent on getting that across. All of this happening, though, as state officials are working to get to the bottom of what happened. That is the news for now. Your headlines are up next.
Trump Hats is a huge organization. It's an organization just for women. What is your name?
Susie Kelly says she's one of more than 15,000 members across the nation, a self-proclaimed support group so devoted to Donald Trump, they'll even pretend this impersonator is real.
Because you are going to be a most awesome president.
Many like Kelly are socialites from this wealthy community of West Palm Beach, Florida.
American money. We're going to be making money in America again.
And they've come to this rally to show their diehard support for the Republican presidential nominee. West Palm Beach is a town with ties to 20% of the world's wealth. It also has a personal and professional connection to Trump. It's home to his luxurious private club, Mar-a-Lago. This ritzy enclave is an estate with one of the largest number of electoral votes in the country, 29. Support from women voters here could swing the state towards Trump, but not all women want to see that happen.
The minute Trump opened his mouth with his divisive attacks on Muslims, on women, on African American, he doesn't stop.
If these are the things that we're seeing on the way to the White House, I would wonder, what are we going to see when it's there?
Regardless of the feelings around this table, Trump and his supporters will no doubt continue to drive home his message in hopes of a win in November. Tatiana Anderson, TRT World, Florida.